It's time to react to my best friend Gordon Ramsay Focaccia video. It's got over 1 million views. Does he know how to make focaccia? Let's find out.
First off, start with the dough.
Yay!
Tip 500 grams of strong bread flour into a mixing bowl and add 20 grams of semolina.
20 grams of semolina? Oh, he must have gone to Puglia to learn. In Puglia, specifically in the town of Altamura, they make bread with semolina and it's beautiful. Some of the best bread on the planet. So I'm surprised he's using semolina and flour. Very good.
That gives the focaccia its sort of rustic charm.
Yeah! Bravo, Gordon.
Now, there's one thing focaccia needs, it's really good seasoning. You
He loves salt.
can't season bread after it's baked, so it's got to go in right at the very
Yeah, I agree. You need the salt in there, get the flavors.
beginning.
Sprinkle in 15 grams of dried yeast.
Okay, so first he's using a lot of yeast. 15 grams is a lot. It's like 2 sachets of yeast. I would say 1 satchel is more than enough for half a kilo of flour. Man, this guy has pizza restaurants in Dubai and he doesn't know that? Come on, man. 15 grams of yeast is 2 satchels. Is way too much.
It's too much!
How long are you gonna let this focaccia rise? For a week? This is gonna be way too heavy, not good for your stomach, So, Gordon, please, use 1 satchel the most, no more, 7 grams the most.
Take some warm water and then 50 mils of olive oil. Top up that water.
Yeah, that's nice. Normally you don't put extra virgin olive oil in the pizza dough, but in focaccia and some type of bread, the extra virgin olive oil is really, really important in the water.
That gives it its really nice, silky, rich texture. Make a little well.
Nice. So normally pizza chefs or professionals, bakers, they would say, do not mix the salt and the yeast together because the salt will kill the yeast. In this case, what he did is he did all the dries together. So the yeast is dry, the salt is dry, everything else is dry, the flour. So he's actually adding the water into the dry mix. And then what's gonna happen is the yeast activates and it starts eating the flour straight away. Okay? So it's not a bad thing to do, it's okay. I'm sure it will turn out. But it would have been better if he didn't put the yeast in the mix, if he added the mix in a glass of water and get the yeast activated in the water, and then you put it in there. But I don't think it's wrong what he did.
Mix up that yeast, water and oil in. Start off with the fingers. Keep the fingers nice and open. It's like a little sort of whisk going
Yeah, nice.
Nice.
in there. I'm looking for a really nice sort of relaxed dough.
Hey, are you relaxed, Gordon? You never relax. You're always fast. You're always so fast and under stress.
Don't finger the pizza! I'm waiting on the pizza. Hurry up, bozo.
But today you're relaxed. It's a bit dry, Gordon. How much water have you used again? You didn't tell us. But that's very dry, Gordon. Are you making bigger, maybe? I don't know, but that looks very dry to me.
Now, that's just starting to come together. Touch more water. With the oil in there, give it a little swirl.
I just need to know how much you used, how much water you're going to use in total.
And in again. The secret is to sort of knead it gently. Don't overwork it.
You are overworking it. I think you're killing it, to be honest.
Help! Help me!
It's a sort of easy bread to make. A nice one to start off with when you're making bread for the first time.
Yeah.
Basically, kneading means just knit it together. Just hanging.
That's not good. That's not done. That's not good at all.
Lightly flour your board. And let's just knead that focaccia into a
Okay.
nice, smooth dough. Make sure you don't over-add too much flour. Otherwise, it sort of dries out the dough. Something quite magical about making bread. You can switch off and lose yourself.
I like it.
My first job for a 3 Michelin star establishment was a baker.
Okay.
2 years of age, and I used to start at midnight. I was under such a tight schedule. 1 o'clock white bread done, 2 o'clock brown bread, 3 o'clock sourdough, 4 o'clock cheese bread,
Okay, I'm sure you were great. I'm sure.
5 o'clock prove, bake, 6 o'clock crack them open and taste. It was amazing. Beautiful. Look at that. Looks
That looks nice.
stunning. It hasn't even risen yet.
Leave your dough to rise in a warm place till it's double in size. We call this proving.
I've learned something from Johnny, my great friend, the best pizza chef in the world. that when you do pizza dough, and I don't know if it works the same for focaccia, don't put cloth wrap, cling film on top, but cover it with a wet cloth. Because if the dough rises and touches the cling film, it's actually ruining the structure of the dough. But if you have a wet cloth, it will come off easily and it won't get stuck. The dough won't get stuck to the cloth and you don't ruin the structure.
Look at that. Beautiful.
Okay, in this case, it didn't ruin the structure unless it's done this before, but it looks dry now. It looks a little bit dry to me. The top part looks dry.
A lot of chefs sort of...
Yeah, look, the top part is dry, guys. Please, you can see this. The inside part is nice, the top part is dry. Like, it's dry. It's very, very dry. So something has been going on in there. You say you've been making bread since you were young.
My first job for a 3-Michelin-star establishment was a baker.
But my friend, I don't know where you worked, but I don't think the bread was nice because this is dry.
Need it for the second time, but I'm looking for a really nice light.
It's half dry, half moist. Gordon, come on.
Aerated.
You do this? A Michelin star chef? You do this? Come on, Gordon. You went on national TV with this recipe. Look how dry it is, Gordon.
Focaccia.
I want all the pizza chefs and bakers out there now to write a comment and say, what are you doing, Gordon? This is not the right thing to do, okay? I need you to back me up, pizza chefs and bakers, because you are the ones who deserve to say this to Gordon.
Take a tray, touch of olive oil in there, season it at the bottom. Really
Oh my, you love salt so much. You don't put salt at the bottom. You season the top part.
important. That's the exciting thing about focaccia. You've got that really nice sort of salty top.
You don't always have to have salt. No, you can do focaccia without salt on top. There are so many different versions of focaccia.
And salty bottom.
You put so much.
And just with a
So you put the dry part at the bottom, so you don't see it, and then you the moist part on top.
touch of olive oil on your hands. Gently push that in and almost massage it into the corners. It's possible to put sort of
It doesn't look like the dough relaxed enough. Because look,
into the corners.
when he presses, it doesn't really spread like a pizza. It doesn't look soft to me. It looks like it's pouncing, it's going back, stretch and goes back. It doesn't look like it rested enough. So what they've been doing at 2 o'clock in the morning in the bakery instead of making bread, what were you doing, Gordon?
It's possible to put sort of olives and tomatoes and garlic through the dough, but it never really allows the dough to sort of aerate properly. When
You need to wait. Yeah, you need to wait for the dough to rise. So you need to cover it with a wet cloth, let it rest, let it rise, make the holes, and then you put the tomatoes.
put so much ingredients in. I'm going to stick mine on top. Use your finger and sort of just push them in. Salt on top.
Oh my God, more salt. All right, you can put ingredients now, which is great, but now you need to let it rest, rise, so the dough will grow and the ingredients will go in it inside.
Some pepper on top as well. I want some nice, fresh, amazing rosemary.
Oh, guys, you use a lot of salt, by the way. That's a lot of salt.
Just hold the stalk and just
And I love salt.
pull off and then just sprinkle down. Generous on the rosemary. Really important to have that nice fragrance on top of the
Beautiful.
focaccia. Finish it off before it goes in with a little drizzle of olive oil. So it almost sinks in those little pockets of flavour. Olive, tomato, rosemary and olive oil into the oven.
Bake your focaccia at 200 degrees for 30 to 35 minutes.
30 Okay, must be very thick.
Beautiful.
I love smelling it. Was he actually there waiting? I'm not sure.
Smells delicious.
Okay, if you look at the focaccia, it's very nice and high, but what about the color of the focaccia? Let's have a look. It looks pale, doesn't look like the crust is being cooked correctly. It looks pale, but I might be wrong.
Beautiful.
Not sure about the crust.
Hear how crispy that is. You can't beat a nice, warm, fresh slice of home-cooked focaccia. It's rustic, charming, and it's the perfect
You can say whatever you want, Gordon. I want to see the part inside. I want to see if it's fluffy or if it's super dry.
way to start making homemade focaccia. It's so addictive.
Hey, look at that. Look at that. It doesn't even look like it's cooked. Look at that. That looks dry to me. It doesn't look fluffy to me. Do you think, guys, it's good? You please tell me. I'm nothing against Gordon, but do you think that's good? Because I don't think it is. Yeah, that's it. That was the video. Show me the best part. I have to go and find another video. Show me the best part. I want to see if you actually did it right or not. Here I found another video of Gordon. Must be the same video. So I'm going to go over this and see what he did. Let's see if it's the same thing. Let's see if...
Olive, tomato and rosemary, focaccia.
Focaccia. It's rustic, charming, and it's the perfect way to start baking. Making homemade focaccia.
Yeah, look at that. You can see inside now. I'm going to go bigger here. Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. This is a bad quality video, but if you see, you can see the bread. The focaccia is bad. The inside of the focaccia is so bad. That's why I didn't do close-ups. Look how bad it is. Why over 1 million people watch this? Why did they call it authentic Italian easy recipe? This is not authentic. This is bad. Look at that. I would call it raw, not done properly dough. It looks terrible. It's a joke. From someone who states he worked a night in a bakery. I worked in a bakery for a week, and I didn't last more than a week. It was so hard working, and I was doing the kid jobs. I was not allowed to even touch the dough. Maybe that's what you did too, Gordon. Okay? So do not say to people you work in a bakery. I work in a bakery too, but I didn't make bread while I was there for a week. I know it's hard working, but it didn't last. It was not for me. So maybe you did the same. You didn't do this. This bakery, focaccia, is not a recipe for you, Gordon, okay? Gordon calls this an authentic Italian easy recipe. Is it, Gordon? Do you know how to make focaccia? If you look at this, if you look at the result of this focaccia, you can tell the focaccia is not cooked or it hasn't been made correctly. So, stop going out there, Gordon, to tell people to use the F word, and then you make these recipes who deserve the F word. Learn how to do this. Learn before you share. Anyway, Gordon always makes me angry. Do you understand? Every single time I react to Gordon, he doesn't know how to cook Italian food. He tells millions of people he worked in a bakery, he was a baker. But he was not. Because if he was a baker, he would know how to cook focaccia. And clearly, he doesn't. So please, Gordon, stop using the F word to other people. And it's time for us to use the F word to you. F you. I can't do that to you, Gordon. You know what I'm saying here. I have nothing against you, Gordon. You're a nice guy, you're very successful, Michelin stars, okay? But I need pizza chefs and bakers now, or homemade pizza lovers or bread lovers to support me, back me up. Write a comment below, because what I'm saying here is not wrong. I need you to back me up and let everyone know what this guy is doing, it's wrong. But he's making you believe that he's the king. He has a pizza restaurant in Dubai, and it's always full. Gordon Ramsay pizza restaurant. He doesn't even know how to make pizza. He doesn't even know the ingredients of margherita pizza. You understand? I think this is the last time I react to Gordon. No more, no more. Thank you so much for watching this episode. And we'll see you in the next Vincenzo's Plate reaction video. E ora si mangia. Not this focaccia. I'll make your focaccia. Vincenzo's Plate. Ciao.